You can't get rid of your feelings. So the more a kid believes that their feelings are wrong, the more those feelings will come out in bad behavior. It is completely counterproductive. The same is true for adults. The more we feel like we're not supposed to feel angry at our partner for something, guess what? We push it down. Then, I don't know, something relatively small happens. It's the last straw and we find ourselves raging. And they're like, whoa, you're overreacting. And then we're apologizing. But actually, we probably had all these low levels of anger that were information for us to speak up. We didn't. And so it comes out in a completely uncontrolled way. So maybe we could walk through, like, let's say my kid says, I hate you, right? I hate you. You're the worst mom ever. Okay. Or they hit their sibling. Either way. I get parent skepticism. Okay, so I'm not punishing my kid. Well, what am I doing? Again, I'm just going to use basketball again because it makes it so concrete. Think about your kid missing every shot, and you think, my kid knows how to make a shot. What would you do with your kid if you were the coach? My guess is a good coach would maybe take the kid out of the game, not out of punishment, but just because, hey, this is like not your day. We're going to take you out. Hey, I'm pulling you out. It's not your day. All good. And then I think a good coach would say, let's meet in the gym early tomorrow. We're going to look at your shooting form. If something's off, we're going to practice something different. And I mean, you tell me, do you think people would say, oh, such a permissive coach, basically letting the kid know that if you play bad in a game, you get extra help. You're reinforcing missing shots. I mean, do you think anyone...
No.
So if you think about it the same way, let's say my kid hit their sibling, okay? Now again, the alternative to punishment is never saying, oh, your anger is so beautiful, let it out. No, we think in extremes, so that is definitely not something I recommend. First thing to do, if your kid, let's say, is hitting, and this goes back to a parent's job, is set a boundary. Most parents don't set boundaries. We just vomit our frustration because we're not setting boundaries. What is a boundary? I'm not going to let you hit your sister. And then I would literally walk over to my kid and either block the hit, stand between them, maybe pick my kid up, carry them away, might look at my other kid and say, ouch, that hurts. Hitting isn't okay. I'll be with you in a moment. But I would set a boundary. I would set a limit. And then I know my urge would be to say, no dessert tonight, or you're such a bad kid. Shame doesn't teach skills. Shame gets in the way of learning skills. And I promise you, for centuries, we've tried shame as a learning mechanism. It just doesn't work. It doesn't work for adults or kids. So let's say now I've contained the situation. I know my kids' feelings are activated. They're not in a logical place. I'm not going to teach. I actually just have to wait, which is the hardest thing. Because in that moment, we want to punish because we want to prove to someone that we're doing something. I'm doing something. But again, the best CEOs, I know, they don't make bold decisions in the heat of an emotional moment.
Yeah.
They wait. So wait, contain the situation, make it safe, and wait. So I'm going to say anything to my kid. When my kid is activated, it might just be, you're a good kid having a hard time. That is the phrase I want every parent to try on. And I promise you, it is going to feel amazing to say, and you are going to be shocked by the way your kid needs to hear that. It's actually what we need to hear. We need someone to see our goodness as separate from our recent bad behavior. You're a good kid having a hard time. Then let's think about it and wait. Okay, what was happening? Well, there's this thing, and my daughter was holding it, and there's only one of them, and my son really wanted it. If we're honest with ourselves, even as adults, it's hard to want something and not have it. We might not hit, but most of us aren't great at that either. So that's probably what's happening under the behavior. He really wanted it. He was waiting. He was struggling, got frustrated. It came out as a hit. So here's what I would say to a parent next. Well, what would your son have to do the next time to not hit? Because the truth is, he's going to be with your daughter again and probably have to wait for the blue bowl or for the fire truck. So what would you have to do in a situation to not have your frustration explode out of your body? And a lot of parents will say, I don't know, that's why I'm talking to you, just tell me. Or they might have an idea. Either way is fine. So say, okay, well, here's one interesting thing. Most kids, when they're frustrated, they have the urge to move forward to a sibling. That's why they hit. They move into them to go grab it. What if we really worked with your son? And I promise you this work, people are like, that's so much time. It's definitely less time than it takes to manage hitting over and over. What if we took 30 seconds to almost be with your son in a room and say, let's say I have this and you want it. It's so hard to wait, right? Could you do this with me? And I would literally do this. I would literally do that. Kids love sounds. What am I doing? I'm actually teaching my kid, of course you want it. But what would happen if you move your body away from someone instead of towards someone? You know what happens? You don't hit because you also have more time. Or what if maybe something else? Just be saying, waiting is hard and I can do it. Waiting is hard and I can do it. Waiting is hard and I can do it. I'm literally teaching them a skill to use in that moment. And I know this sounds so different, but it only sounds so different because we've never thought about emotion regulation skills the way we thought about swimming skills, right? You know what your kids learn to do when they swim? They blow bubbles. They do little strokes. Like you have to scaffold them from point A to point Z. It's the same thing. And the intervention, I promise you, takes 60 seconds. Now, does that mean your kid's never going to hit again? No. But does that mean the likelihood just went down? Yes, because your kid is good inside. They don't actually want to hit. They're just overwhelmed with the feeling. And when you come in like a coach who's on their team to keep them safe and teach them a skill they were missing in the first place, they tend to be pretty receptive to it.